Greetings everyone. My name is Rabbit and welcome to episode 184 of Let's Play Jade Cocoon 2 as we're continuing to navigate the bonus forest here in the post game. I'm happy to say we are well on our way to wrapping up even this section of this Let's Play, where in our last couple of episodes we ended up concluding all of the events in the level 6 fire forest known as Firestorm. So all that really remains for us to explore will be the level 6 water forest, known as Water Tier, and then we will completely conclude this entire series by navigating the level 6 earth forest, known as Dust Up. So before we had parted ways, we were in the Room of Life, and I kind of disclosed to you guys that I was going to be switching up my party a little bit because we did have some folks that ended up hitting their final forms. So we will go ahead and just hit the ground running here on island number 1 of Water Tier, and we will check out our team as it presently is. So one of the first things that you will notice is that we did end up switching out Shelby. Hang on, I will actually let you see instead of me just trying to explain this. So I had another one of these types of beasts. It's pretty much the same thing I had kind of checked, and Reshambler, I think, was the form that Shelby was in that you guys last saw, and Sheldon was similarly in that same position. Because Sheldon had already had 4 merges at the time, while Shelby only had 3, even though I merged Shelby up to her 4th form, she was not quite at the full evolutionary gauge there, or that bar wasn't completely maxed out. But Sheldon, he was already in his 4th form, so I decided let me go ahead and just merge him up. He was already at level 20, so he was good to go, and his gauge was full. So I guess all of that is just to say I didn't rename Shelby because I know that Whiskerack is the same thing that baby form of Shelby looks like. Essentially, Sheldon is the same thing that Shelby is. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of sounds going on right now with what I'm trying to say. But the point is that I did not switch anything on Shelby. This is a totally new beast, although he is the same, I guess, kind of beast that Shelby was. So I just wanted to throw that out there in case some people are like, wait, Sheldon, Rabbit, why are you switching people up on us? But yeah, you can even see the abilities are a little bit different from what Shelby had. So yeah, essentially, I just wanted to be showcasing someone who was going to be able to hit their final form. And sadly, Shelby still has like one more tick in the evolutionary bar to go before she will be in that position. So she had to fucking go. So Anthony's still here, moving along. Tony's still here, moving along. You know what? Maybe it'll be easier. Hold on, folks. Let's do it this way. So, yes, I was sharing with you guys the info with Sheldon. So here is the fireside. We've got Anthony in the center there. You know what's even better? You guys, you would think that I would have this down by now, but no. I need to show you in this format so you can see the actual spells that we're rocking, because that's what's really important. So this side is essentially the same in terms of the spells that we're bringing along. Shockwave is still there, Add Moomer Night is still there, and Fulbarina also still there. So our wind/air side is a little bit different. We do have Paige here instead of Lexi. Lexi did hit her final form where we had last left off. So you guys shouldn't be surprised by seeing this. Somebody new is in the fray, bringing Ad Slanit. So unfortunately, this means that my wind side is not going to be good in terms of offensive capabilities, and the water forest has beasts that naturally are water beasts, and they have a higher likelihood of avoiding status effects. So I don't know how much we'll actually be using our wind side or how effective it's going to be as we navigate this specific area. But whatever, I am just wanting to get people to the final form. So that is where that's at. Here is our water side. The big change here is that you will see we have, I don't even remember what this bitch's name is. It's one of those, I think Dana, it's one of those mouths that turns into a he-ha-ha or he-he-ha-ha-ha, whatever the fuck those things are called, that I absolutely hate their design, and there's a reason I avoided using it, but she's ready to hit her final form. Like, her evolutionary meter is completely maxed out, so I thought, whatever, I'll bring her along. She's got an extra heal with Solamnis, so that was something that I did want to go ahead and prioritize when I merged her up. We could have given her just the raw heal, but if you guys recall, Solamnis does a medium tier heal, but it removes status effects. Not that that's going to be as big of an issue as we're making our way through the water forest, but whatever. It's what I opted to have. And then here, coming around full circle to our earth side, we've got explode times 2 and then Ramakite. So this side is the one that I think looks considerably more different than what you guys had last seen. So that is everything for a recap in terms of what we had discussed, what you guys saw, and what happened without you with my formation and lineup. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And maybe that's not the full recap because, oh, can he just keep on going? If we can avoid fights, I would love that. I don't think there's going to be too much happening here in the water forest. Honestly, I think it's going to be a lot easier to navigate than many of the other... Oh, is he just going to go? Because that'd be great. I don't think we're going to be so lucky to avoid everyone, however. You know, by the time he comes back and we just fight him, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And at least you guys can get to see my team in full force here. But as for kind of what I'm projecting, I think the water forest should be a fairly easy run for us. There might be a lot of stall tactics that we face off against with the enemy, but I don't think that water beasts do a lot of damage, so I think it'll be fine. We should get really decent book drops, things that, you know, will resurrect beasts, things that will heal. So I think this will be among the easiest forests for us to kind of get through from start to finish. I'm hoping we can clear this entire area in 5 episodes, but, you know, I'm just going to plan on 7. That's kind of been the rough estimation that we've had so far in these bonus areas, about 7 episodes per forest. So, you know, it is what it is. And we'll just go ahead and rotate over here. Again, I know that my wind side is a little bit of a struggle to use, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be a super popular side for me. Let's just say that. But maybe opening with this side might be a good... Oh, yeah, because they ended up fucking my shit up. Thanks for nothing. So we'll just come back here to end things. So as for any personal stories with you guys, since it has been a little bit of a break for me, a couple of days from the last episode you saw, I think, what, 183, because this is 184. So work has still been chugging along. We've still been making some magic happen. Andrew went down to start looking at some housing options for us, so I'm kind of flying solo for this week, which, you know, is fine. I miss him and it's hard to sleep without him, but we gotta find a place to live, you guys, because we're moving. It's like T-minus fucking like 5 weeks. If I don't even think it's probably like 4.5 weeks before we really have to be packed up and out of here. I think we've got about a week of flex time with our apartment complex. Like, I don't think they're going to be expecting us to, whatever, let's just use this side. I don't think they're going to be expecting us to immediately be out the door, which, you know, fine, whatever. I know there's some places that you have to be out 5 days technically before your lease ends because they want time to clean the carpets and all that shit, which I think is bullshit, because if I sign my lease up until a certain day, then you guys need to plan for the person who's signing the lease next. Like, give yourselves a day or 2 days and then have their lease start a few days after that. Like, maybe that's not feasible for everyone, but I just feel like, you need to chill, because I paid to have access to my apartment up until a certain date. I'm not fucking leaving early. So fortunately, the place that we're at right now, they're pretty cool about it, and they don't care too super much if we leave like the same day. I think we can stay, honestly, about a week after our lease ends, just because we've been such extraordinary tenants. So that's always good. Oh my God, why did I rotate to this side? I meant to go in the other direction, but it's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. So the moral of this story is that Andrew is gone to try to secure some sort of living situation. And already after 1 day of him being in North Carolina, he got a bunch of good leads. We already have a place that wants us to rent. It's a duplex, but it's set up kind of weird where instead of it being side by side, 2 little like townhouse, or I guess, I don't know, like condo style units, it's set up more like there's a downstairs and an upstairs, but totally different entrances, like one's on top of the hill. It's a little weird. I'm not there. All I'm relying on are pictures, but just from what I've seen, it looks a little cuckoo, but I'm all for it. I think I shared with you guys that I don't want to live in an actual apartment complex anymore, at least for me, if I have to rent, I want to have more space, I want more privacy, and I want a fucking yard for my guinea pigs. So Andrew's already secured an actual duplex setup that I don't know if we're going to commit to it yet, because the guy, I guess, was saying that the duplex is not available until August 1st, and the earliest he could probably make something work would be like the second week of July. So that would essentially leave Andrew and myself with 2 weeks where we wouldn't be living anywhere, and you're not going to be able to find a sublease situation for 2 weeks, like maybe 1 month. So I don't know if that is really ideal, and I don't like the idea of staying like in a hotel that whole time or an Airbnb that whole time. I don't know. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that, but I know Andrew does have a house that he's looking at for us to rent as well, which I think would be even better, because just for a little bit more money, like a couple hundred more per month, we'd have double the space. We'd have the yard completely to ourselves versus everything being kind of split in half, since, you know, a duplex, it's sort of, you know, it's half and half housing versus a fucking house. It's a house, you know, you've got the whole yard, you've got the whole property, and I think that would be the best case scenario for me if we could get a house. But townhouse / duplex is, you know, way up there for me, and I will be more than happy with that. God damn it, this thing is fucking me up. You guys need to die. I guess I need to just stay on my Earth side. I still need to kind of figure out the flow of this team. You know, it's our first time taking it into battle. As you guys know, like, I don't test these teams out before bringing you back. I do the switcheroos, I do the merging, I do any purchasing or shit that I need to do, and then when I bring you guys back, that is the first time we are rolling live in the forest. So we're just, you know, going through the motions together, and I think it's fine. It's great. It's no big deal. So we will see. End of the story, and point of the story is that we'll see what ends up happening, but already I feel like the housing situation is going to be fine. Probably better than I really was anticipating initially, to be quite honest with you guys. So I'm excited. I'll keep y'all posted with that. I know I said in our last batch of episodes at some point in all of those videos that I was hoping to record some sort of vlog just to update people, because I know not everyone wants. God damn it, can you guys focus the beast that's already almost dead, because he's getting his HP back. Y'all, this team is going to be a little rough to deal with, I think. Okay, so we're gonna switch and see if we can just auto kill them both. I'd love that. But this is what I was kind of planning on. There being shenanigans and lots of stall and circumstances that are going to make the fights take a long time, even though they're not necessarily challenging. But with there being only one of these guys, I think we'll take them out pretty quickly. So yes, that's update number 1. That housing is going along just fine. I guess update number 2 is I know that I had said I was planning on doing some sort of vlog for folks who don't watch all of my series, which is totally understandable. I'm not sure when I'm going to get something filmed and up, but I'm hoping to sit down at least before we move, right? Even if it's just like the week before, just filming something, just to give people a heads up, like, hey, I'm going to be slower to responding to comments and emails and all that shit, because we're going to be moving cross country again. I know, fun times, and I'm not sure like how quickly, once we get settled down, we're going to have access to like internet, and it's just all going to come down to what place we end up picking, and yeah, all that fun stuff. And I think the only alco I have is still fucking crusty. Whatever. I should have just given this in forever ago. Enjoy your fucking, what was it, 16 mana points? 15 mana points? Whatever. Happy birthday, Krusty. Don't expect, oh, please turn around. Don't expect anything from me ever again. So I will keep you guys, what? How did I not get the initiative? That's a little stupid, but it's all good. It's all good. We're just going to rotate through. Y'all know the drill. Oh my gosh, except they might have stopped me from being able to cast my abilities. Great, so it did. Not cool. Not fucking cool. Let's get some mana up in this bitch. So as for other things going on, I was starting to share. Work's going fine. still been hustling as usual. Things are a little bit nuts, just, more changes. I had shared with you guys a while ago that different departments were essentially hemorrhaging people. There's been a mass exit due to some controversies that have been going on that have nothing to do with me. And I think as a result, everyone's starting to feel the pressure. People who normally are pretty composed and kind have now been acting like assholes or have been unreachable. It's fascinating how everyone's kind of devolving from who they were previously into like cavemen, where everyone's short, everyone's snappy. It's a little bonkers. I am just keeping to myself. Y'all, I show up to work, I do my shit, and then I get the fuck out of there. Like, I don't have time to be putting up with people's crap. Like, for example, there's this girl in one of the departments. I don't even really know her story or what she does because, again, I'm a little bit isolated from, I think, most of what the clinic does because my role focuses on a lot of educational pieces, and I do quite a bit also with, just things like, I guess you would say like employee relations. Sometimes I guess mediation or counseling related services I provide, and I do some like client mediation and client satisfaction related stuff. So my position encompasses a lot of different competencies, I guess is a simple way of putting it, where, my background is in education. I am a teacher, but I also have a counseling background. So the place I work for puts it to use. They use your skill set and they use your educational backgrounds, and they make sure they get their money's worth out of you, which is both good and bad. I think for some people it's frustrating at times because I think they would appreciate having just a clear-cut, defined role where whatever's in your job description is what you do. I consider myself to be exceptionally flexible, where as long as you communicate ahead of time what your expectations are, and I'm trained properly in new things you want me to do, and it's manageable in terms of my time and everything else I have to do, I don't care if I initially sign up to do one thing, like you hire me to teach courses and to maybe construct all educational materials, but then you come and you ask me like, hey, we know that you're licensed in this or you're credentialed in this or whatever, can you do this as well once a week? Like, I'm a team player, y'all. You come up, you ask me if it's feasible, and especially if there's a bonus tied to that shit, I am the first person to be like, sign me up, send me the schedule, and holler at your girl. Like, I'm all about that life. But I know not everybody is, which, whatever. I guess you could argue work-life balance, what you sign up for is what you technically should be expected to do, but, it's not a big deal to me. I'd rather be a little too busy than fucking bored at work. That, to me, this is a total rant and has nothing to do with me talking about this girl, but just a side note, I don't understand how some people like going to work and not having anything to do. I've met people like this before where they just feel like, I don't know, I just love the downtime. It's time to look at Pinterest or to get caught up on shit on Reddit. And I don't know what it is about me, but I feel bad getting paid to not be working. And that's not to say that I like to be overworked or that I like to be stressed. I think a part of me does struggle a little bit with saying no, and I think that I do probably do too much, and that's something I need to work on more, is advocating for myself and for more work-life balance. But I think people go too far in the other direction where they love getting paid to do nothing, and that just feels dishonest to me. Like, I legitimately, if I go to work and I'm done early and like with all my tasks early, but technically I am slated to be there for an extra 3 hours, I have been known to just walk around and ask people, like, what are you working on? Is there anything I can help you with? I've asked the fucking secretaries before, like, can I sit up here and help you even just answer phones? Is there anything that needs to be filed? Like, fuck, you guys, I will go through and change toilet paper rolls in bathrooms because I don't feel good about accepting a paycheck to not work.
Let's do what two beast hunters do when they're alone.
Ooh, holla at me, boy.
What's that?
Battle. Come on, here goes.
That dude is a little fishy, just saying. But oh, look at his Naganga. I think that's what that thing's called.
Okay, let's start the battle.
And start the battle we shall in our next episode. So thank you very much, friends, for watching thus far as we are beginning to make our way through the level 6 water forest. When we come back together in episode 185, we will knock out this beast a hunter. We will collect the key spore. For some reason, the name of that ended up eluding me for a second there. We will collect the key spore, and then I wouldn't imagine we have too many more ogre vines remaining. So we will run in and out, and then hopefully be able to just blast through all of these islands in about 7 episodes. So thanks again, friends. I'm your host, Rabbit, and this is our playthrough of Jade Cocoon 2, where we are wrapping up the bonus content here in the post game. So I'll see y'all soon.